So, where some people are talk about life. You know, some people say, when you say God, them say life you talk about, you know. Life, God is life or God is good. Yeah, some people say they want to have a better life for them children. Others say all them want is just life. Some people pray to wake up in the morning. So life is a word where most people have in their consciousness or subconsciousness and still don't understand or know how to achieve life in the abundance where life offer. Whether you want to supernatural it, or whether you want to divine it, or whether you want to just grasp it as part of your reality. We all crave for a longer life. And when we start to get sick, a little miner said, "Sure, I better me just dead there, man." Because sometimes the pain where I feel in all that sickness, the excruciating pain where you feel, make you start thinking in your mind, say, why just a sheep me dead? And then you have some people where them conscience bother them so much that them take them own life. Them own life. And leave others for really go in a really terrible state of shock in a for them life. But we all learn and yearn for life. And people always say, them no want for dead. But there's certain time when people say, boy, I better me just dead. And some people kill other people and take them life. What is life? You know, them ever saying, if you love your life, you're going to lose it. Well, I wish man don't want to love him life. I don't agree with those talk. You have to love life. Because only one life you have. No care what nobody wants to say. No care what nobody want to theorize. It's one life you have. And the only person can enjoy it is you. Because your life is the only thing you have where it's almost unique to you, you know. Apart from your fingerprint, maybe. You know, see it. But that thing that called life is a very important ingredient in how we view each other. How we view each other is dependent on how we view ourselves. And this become almost like a scratch record. Because everybody is saying it. But not because everybody is saying it. It cannot be heard 1,000 times, multiplied by 1,000 times over. Because that is the way you're going to have it seep into the conscience and the consciousness of the people who get the opportunity to listen. We are saying, if you love life and you don't love other people, then you don't love yourself. Because everything is interconnected to the other thing. When someone do you wrong, sometimes you have to cut them off. When I say cut them off, I mean just say what you know, after you over there, so me over here, so. But you don't choose to take them life. And that is where we're living in now. When somebody say, them no want to deal with you over there, so. Them want to done your life. Them want to done the other person's life. And feel said nothing wrong with them, but everything is connected. Because it's one life. It's just different manifestation of the flesh. One life, different manifestation of the flesh. And none of we don't know which part the trade wind blow. Because the breeze come here and it pass through. And we can't tell which part it gone. Just like the word where we speak. When we speak, the word travel. And it go on and it don't stop travel. So the first word that was ever spoken is still traveling. It's still traveling. And it forms itself into what we call a vapor that you can't see. But if you could listen carefully in the wind, you would hear that sound, that first word that was uttered by human beings. It's still traveling millions of miles in the atmosphere. Don't stop travel. Millions of miles in time and space. So we have to be careful of how we say life. Because, trust me, a one it we have. And you have to protect it. And in protecting your life, you have to know so the next thing. We're going to say thing because it's not just human being we are talking about. The next thing, have a feeling just like you. So you have to watch how you make that thing feel. You have to make sure that when you send out certain things in your way of life, that it don't affect people negatively. Because we are all searching for that positive energy, that flow between living things. And sometimes we create things around it to make it become what it is not and what it's not supposed to be. So we see people build blocks around it, and them calls that square or that circle the space inside of that square or circle is determined by what man use that space to do. But it's only the block and the circle that make that life inside of the space different from the one outside of the space.
You are listening to
because
the
if you move with the
channel.
circle
Hit that
and you move
subscribe
with the
button
block,
and keep
then
listening.
it's one space. One space. You can't tell the difference. That open land is only an open land because man don't find something to put in the open land, like a school, like a radio station. But when you move with all of the blocks them, when you move with all of this classroom, the space outside the classroom and the space inside of the classroom is the same space. It's just man decide what him going to use that space to do. And we have to use it wisely. Because when you lick down that block and the space inside the block become one with the space outside, if it wasn't used wisely when it have on the block, it can catch hell when it join up with the space outside. And that is where human beings they know. Human beings don't know how to connect with the space outside of themselves. Not knowing, say, It's them that take up space, it's not space that take up our body. There's a great poet named Khalil Gibran. Khalil Gibran, in the Prophet, the book in the Prophet, he say, and when you love, you shall not say the Lord is in my heart, but I am in the heart of the Lord. And when you love, you shall not say the Lord is in my heart, but I am in the heart of the Lord. Because no matter what you call it, you can't escape life. All when you're dead, you can't escape life. Because you still occupy a space in time. You still occupy the space in time. All when worms eat up your flesh, it still occupy a space without the flesh. So what are we concerned with? We want to live a good life. That is the line of what we are talking about. We want to live a good life. Everybody wants to live a good life. So we have to recognize the other man's life and what the energy that man puts out and say, oh, you can use it to make yourself become a better person or really elevate him. Some people live in a house, but they don't live in a home. Because a house is not a home. And if you have peer war and tagging and lick down a picnic and all them something there and lick down a woman, that's not a home. You know, see it? You know, the man say a chair still a chair when there's no one sitting there. But a house is not a home. A chair is still a chair. But a house is not a home. And that's serious saying that. You have to have some cohesion, some connection with one you live in at that house. Because the town will take up almost the same space between the walls. So you can just imagine something inside of you will take up you, and you will take up something inside of the building, and the two of you will take up something inside of the building can't connect with each other to no fullness. It's pure tag and war. The house going to break down. The house going to break down. Someone say, why him no business? Him are the man of the house. Yeah, but man of which house? So you got to be man of house. You can't be man of house. I know you the house bill, but the home is a different thing. You need a home. You need a home. A house is not a home. As the song said, instrumental, a house is not a home. A chair is still a chair when no one sitting there. Question is always asked, if a tree fall in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? If a tree fall in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? Can you answer that question? It's a serious question. Very simple, but a very serious question.
The informative information presented in this video is motivational and is positively aimed at inspiring, educating and entertaining the viewers with the cutting edge of critical reasoning. If you enjoy the contents on the Black Radar YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to show your support.